Man, I did not expect the FNAF video to do so good. And as promised, I'm making Foxy. However, I'm not feeling well and I'm kinda sick. And making another huge build was just not motivating right now. So I need a smaller project while I'm working on Foxy. And I remember someone commenting a very good idea. Chris, I think you're onto something, because these are the cutest, sweetest looking things. I just want to boop the nose. So let me tell you what we're doing in this video. I'm making the FNAF Animatronics into plushies. And I'm making all 5. 5? Yes, 5. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy. And the reason why we're making so many is because these are easy to make and I would make more. Like, I would make the whole franchise into plushies. Take my word for it. Anyway, we're starting with Freddy because it's Freddy. So I'll try to explain a little bit how I made these plushies. So to make the chubby head, you have a circle, then you add 2 more circles for the cheeks. Then you want it to look like a duck, trust me, and add a button nose. And not actually a button, but build a cute nose. Then add eyes, and it's okay if they're close to each other because we want big eyes. Because even though they're super close to each other, it fits because the eye iris is big. So it doesn't look weird and it's also cartoony. Then you want to add the ears and details. And that's how you make these super cute plush heads. And I didn't need to remake the ears like 20 times this time. So I'm improving, which is fun. Anyway, let's make his body. Now his body is kind of like a teardrop. The biggest part is at the bottom. And then it gets a little bit skinnier on the top. Also adding his little adorable bow tie, which kind of looks like a part of a butterfly just flipped downwards. Also, are you guys a bow tie person or a tie person? I don't know what I like, but bow ties are cute. Anyway, his arms and feet are the same, just long ovals with a little bit lighter brown on the top. And if you were wondering, I'm using strip oak wood here. And that's the base. I love it. But we can make it better. If you couldn't tell, I'm using Axiom and I'm pretty new to the tool. So there's a lot I'm learning by using this building tool. And there's this thing called auto shading. And I think these are perfect to test the auto shading on. And this is an amazing tool. I did have to make Freddy a little bit lighter to get the color I wanted, but this looks amazing. I'm shocked. Such a time saver. Like, if you've seen my Bing Bong video, I shaded him by hand, and that almost took me 2 hours. But here, I spent like some few minutes. So I'm 100% using auto shading in the future. For sure. I did do the rest by hand though. I'm only using auto shading to the main body. And with that, we have Plush Freddy. Look how cute he is. Now next on the list is Bonnie. Now I'm going to do the same as I did in my FNAF video. I'm copying Freddy and making him blue. Removing his hat, bow tie, eyebrows, and ears. Ouch! That must hurt. Oh, he's just a blush, so he'd be fine. Cause I'm stitching him some new bunny ears. Also, I didn't talk enough about the eyes, cause I'm really proud of these. They kind of look unreal to me. It's just stairs and shelves, and the shelves are such a great addition to the game. Like, it's basically vertical slab, and you can place items inside it. And I took that opportunity to place a pale block in the shelf and add a little sparkle. I absolutely love it. Alright, Bonnie gets a bit bigger red bow tie, and that bow tie is very sharp. And now let's auto shade. There isn't a lot of blue or purple-ish blocks, so this is good enough. It's similar to what I did on my bigger version of Bonnie, because there isn't a lot of blue or purple-ish blocks, so it's difficult to shade him. It's also difficult shading his lighter parts because there isn't a lot of blue blocks. Mojang, please add more blue or like purple-ish blue blocks. I really need it for Bonnie's sake. But yeah, that's funny. Anyway, next. Chica. Anyway, we're copying Freddy and making him yellow. Wait. It's too early for Golden Freddy. We're making Chica. So let's get rid of that bear snout and make the beak by hand because I couldn't be bothered. Anyway, when I searched for Chica plush on Google for inspiration, I found this. And this kind of made me smile because Chica looks so mad, which is just funny to me. So I'm adding those eyebrows. And I gave Chica a bit darker pink purplish eyes. Then I added her bib and I was just messing around trying to see if I could use blocks to write "let's eat." And please tell me if I was close. Because like I know for certain the S does not look like an S. I kind of gave up there. But like does the rest kind of look like "let's eat"? But even if it did or not, I'm not keeping it. I'm changing it to banners. Anyways, I added buttons for like the confetti on her bib, but for some reason, Axiom doesn't copy entities, or at least not buttons and other decorative blocks. Some work and some doesn't, and buttons doesn't work, so I had to replace every single button, which was kind of annoying. Now, for the shading on Chica, wasn't that easy as clicking a button. Cause why is she green? So I ended up shading her by hand. Nah, I did not. I'm too lazy. There's an option to customize the colors, and I did that. I chose yellow to orange blocks. And then I shaded the rest by hand, from orange to red. Then I shaded her bib, and now we have a cute, angry Chica. Angry chicken. Angry bird. Anyway, next. Foxy. And you know the drill. We're copying Freddy, taking away Freddy's features, making him red, and we're giving him a longer snout with some tiny teeth. Then we take out his eye and giving him a reason to have an eye patch. Then change the other eye to yellow. Then spawn some ears in. And I wonder where they came from. Maybe it's from the upcoming Foxy video I'm working on. And add some hair. Then I added his hook. And if anyone has a Foxy plush, can someone tell me if Foxy has a hook or not? Because I see some having it and some doesn't. Anyway, here's his shading. Very simple because he's red and there's a ton of red blocks. And we're getting more red blocks. Yay! Anyway, next we have Golden Freddy. Now it's your turn. And as expected, Golden Freddy is very simple because he's just a gold Freddy. Wow, who would have thought? That's crazy knowledge. Anyway, I jump scare, he has black eye and white iris. He doesn't have a black eye. And I tried giving him the same shape as the others, but it didn't look right. And that is because the iris is just too big. So I made a circle instead to make it seem a little bit smaller and a little bit more creepy. And because it's Golden Freddy, we're keeping the black top hat and bow tie. Because this is not Fredbear from FNAF 4. Now shading! And I had to customize it again, because if not, it's gonna turn green. But I also didn't want it to be as saturated as Chica, so I made it to go from yellow to oak. Oak is not a color, to light brown. And I think that fits. And that's all 5 plushies. Now, we need a scenery for these cute fellows. And I know exactly where I want to put them. Into the trash you go. No. I would never do such a thing. I did make a trash for this joke though. No witnesses. Now, we're keeping them here in the UCN plush shelf. Because if you're going to have a collection, you need a place to store them. And a shelf works fine for these guys. So yeah, I made this into like a very simple design. I didn't want to overdo this. I did draw the wall though. That was very fun. Just drawing dots. And then I added some stars on the counter. It's cute. Now this looks nice. Let's get the plushies. Now I placed Freddy on the counter because why not? And the rest on the shelves. And then I added a little price tag to make it seem like it's like a shop or they're on sale or something. And that's it. I should have added balloons, but I made a trash can, so no. I can maybe do that next time. Because I'm making more of these, because we have a lot of room to add more plushies. And it was so fun making them, I would make more. So comment below what plushie you want to see me make next. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and Foxy is on the making, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't seen my first FNAF video, go and check that out. Anyway, that's all, and I will see you guys next time.